All right, my friend, welcome. My name is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi. I'm the founder here at the Fit Father Project. In this video, we're going to cover one of the simplest and best whole body post-workout stretch routines. So this is, you finished your workout and you want to kickstart your recovery, stretch out your muscles. This is the simplest way that I found to do it. I called it the ground up stretch. We're going to start with your toes, work all the way up through all the major muscle groups, and your body's going to feel limber, and we're going to kickstart your recovery. You're going to learn a ton. Let's dive on in. FitFatherProject.com. All right, so we're going to start our ground up stretch routine by loosening up our calves. And the calves are a totally forgotten muscle group that a lot of people don't think to stretch, but our calves get very tight from just walking around all day, and really can cause a lot of tightness that then impacts our ankle mobility, which then impacts our ability to run and squat and do all the things we love to do. So we're going to stretch the calves. We're going to start over here, come over to the wall, and there are two main muscles in the calf, and we're going to stretch both of them. First one is the gastrocnemius. So we're going to put our hands against the wall, and we're going to have a straight back leg. I'm going to lock that knee and push against the wall. I'm pushing against the wall to create a nice stretch in that calf, and I'm driving my heel through the floor, getting that good stretch in that calf. I'm going to hold this for about 30 to 60 seconds like all these stretches. Next, I'm going to do the same stretch, but I'm going to shift forward with my knee, and that's going to stretch the other main muscle in the calf called the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius, and it's another important muscle. These two stretches are different, but they're both essential for good calf mobility. So we'll start here for 30, come back down here for 30 to 60, then we switch to the other leg. Straight leg, drive that heel back, stretch that calf, then come right on here. So after we stretch the calves, we're going to move to our next stretch. We're going to move up the body, and we're going to stretch our hamstrings and our low back. We're going to do a classic forward bend, which is basically bending down, touching your toes, which you might have done back in the day in PE and stuff like that. So we're going to bend forward, just like this, and the key point here is to keep the knees almost locked, not completely locked, but almost locked as you reach down and touch the toes. What you don't want is to be bending forward like this. That releases all the tension on the hamstrings. Want to keep nice locked hamstrings, bend forward, tuck the chin, stretch, reach far with these arms. As you get more flexible, you can almost put your palms on the ground, and you can also do a variation where you get your hands behind your knees and try to tuck your head. But the important part is not to let those legs bend. So we'd hold this for about 30 to 60 seconds, right back up. Now, at this point, we stretch our calves, our hammies, our low back. We're gonna move on to a yoga squat, which is an amazingly effective stretch for your entire lower body. So essentially, it's the bottom part of a squat. We're gonna squat down, just like this, bottom part of a bodyweight squat, except we're gonna put our hands in a prayer position, and we're gonna push out. Here, in this position, is amazing for opening up the middle part of our groin, our adductors, pushing out gently right here and maintaining a nice upright spine, just like this, heads up. What you don't want to do in the yoga squat is roll forward and have your heels come off. This is not nearly as effective as staying upright. So the yoga squat challenges you to stay nice and upright, and once you're here, you can push out a little bit, play around with some areas, wiggle around, and really open up this area. 30 to 60 seconds, great one here. We're gonna come on up. So at this point, we've really stretched a lot of lower body, but we're not gonna forget about the quads. We're gonna do a classic single leg quad stretch. So good base here. If you need to grab a pole or a friend, do that. I'm gonna balance here. So we're here, just like this. I'm grabbing this quad, pulling it back gently and stretching it. Just like this. Again, if you need something to balance on, that is perfectly fine. It's actually probably safer that way, so you can focus on the stretch and not focus on crashing on video. But, really want to pull this leg back, bend the knee, feel that deep stretch in that quad. So I'm both bending the leg and I'm shifting essentially my leg and my pelvis backward to get a good stretch of the entire quad. Do the same thing with the other leg for about 30 to 60 seconds. For the sake of time, we're going to assume I stretch my right leg. Now, we've done the lower body, we're going to move up to the upper body. We're going to start with a lateral bend. Take your hands, make a chimney steeple or pistols, James Bond style. Go above in the air, stretch really tall, bend to one side. What we're doing here is we're opening up this entire left side of the body. We have a lot of muscles in here that get very tight. Our intercostals, our serratus anterior, our quadratus lumborum. Those sound like crazy words, but essentially that's a lot of tight stuff on the left side of your body. Want to hold this for about 30 seconds, open this up. Come right up to here, same thing other side. Open up that area. You're going to even feel your lats and your back stretch open as you're doing this. Nice bend, right here. Feel all of this opening up right back here. So at this point, we've stretched up our body. We are gonna move to a classic lat stretch over here. So we're gonna come to any kind of post or something like this, and we're gonna grab on with both hands, stretch. What you don't wanna do is feel like you're rowing and flexing your muscles. Relax everything. Just allow everything to glide nice and open, just like this. Stretch that back. Now, at this point, we've stretched our back. We're gonna move into our classic doorway stretch. So we can use something like a barbell right here, single arm, and just come here and open up that pec. Or we can come around here and do a classic double arm using something like a doorway stretch, just like this, open up the chest. Just like this. I'm feeling a huge stretch throughout my chest. I prefer doing it a doorway or using a cage like this because I can do both pecs at the same time as opposed to new single leg, or single pec, I should say. So the final stretch, right where we began where we were doing calves, we are going to put our hands high on the wall and we're gonna sit back just like this. And what we're doing here is we're opening up those lats, the shoulder girdle, the pecs, really kind of solidifying that nice stretch, that deep stretch that we're doing in the upper body. What you don't want to do is have your low back arch too much. Keep your pelvis nice and tucked and allow yourself to glide forward, just like this, opening up everything through here. 30 to 60 seconds, and that is an amazing stretch. So I hope you found this valuable, and this was a good video, and it taught you a simple ground up stretch routine that you can do to really just cool down after a workout and really relax those muscles and prime yourself for some good recovery. We know that we want to do more of the dynamic activity-based stretches instead of the static stretches before we work out. And you can see linked around this video, we have links to our upper body and lower body dynamic workouts that we recommend. So things like foam rolling and actual warm-up sets on your workouts are gonna be what you wanna do before your workout. Save this static stretching for after your workout. And this is a good little simple routine that you can do post-exercise or in the morning. If you like this, I wanna invite you to subscribe to our Fit Father Project YouTube channel. Links are right here. You can click that and you can get updates when we post new great videos on eating, exercise, stretching, recovery, supplements, everything you need to know to stay strong and healthy for your family, because we're the Fit Father Project. We help men stay strong for their families. This is what we do. And I also want to invite you to check out some of our other videos linked around this channel. I'll see you in our next videos, and I'll talk to you very soon.